When you walk down the streets of Chicago, it can be difficult to ignore the seemingly endless number of homeless people asking for help.
A nickel a dime, it goes a long way.
Many of whom are just trying to make it through the night.
I usually try to come up with like $60 to get bus passes and food for my kids to eat every day. I don't even come up with that every day, so we have to sleep outside.
According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, Chicago has the 7th highest homeless population in the country, behind New York City, Los Angeles, Seattle, San Diego, Las Vegas, and Washington, D.C.
A lot of people are skeptical on giving them money because they figure it's a scam, and not all of them are scamming. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some that's homeless that are going through the heroin epidemic or have some kind of drug problem. I mean, it should be enough programs out here to maybe help them get off the drugs and, point them in the right direction. That's all I figure.
Anise Cheatham's, a program director with the You Can Make It homeless shelter in Inglewood, said the most important thing is getting these people off the streets and into housing that they can afford.
Yeah, especially when you don't have an income. No one wants to rent to you with no income. How you gonna pay rent? So a lot of people don't have income that come in here, so we do try to help them get, TANF, public aid. But, that's still not no money. Like a mother with one child, $318 a month. Where you going to pay rent at for that? That's why I'm saying we really need low-income housing. Go according to your income.
According to the Chicago Coalition for the Homeless, there are an estimated 140,000 homeless people living in the city. This led the mayor's office to create a new 7-year action plan to put an end to this problem. This plan would create systems to prevent homelessness, provide more stable employment opportunities, develop more youth assistance programs, and create more affordable housing options. While we see a lot of homelessness in the downtown area, others have chosen a more alternative means of survival.
The Uptown Viaduct, located at 4600 North Wilson Avenue, is where several homeless people have chosen to gather around each other and build a community that they call Tent City.
But Tent City is not all it's cracked up to be. Tents are lining the sidewalks with everything the residents own out in the open for the world to see. The sides of the viaduct are decaying, the roofs are leaking, and city officials are constantly requesting the residents move out. And the street noise is not exactly soothing. Kashmir, a transgender woman, has been under the viaduct for over a year. She moved to Tent City after cutting ties with her family.
My family didn't really accept me for my transition, so I decided to leave because I guess I could take care of myself and I could come up from this position. And it's been a kind of a struggle for this past year, but it's I guess keep a positive mind. For the winter time, so when it gets cold, I have a little bit of heat to keep me warm inside here. I don't put it on too high because I don't want to burn a hole in the tent. It happened before, so it kind of caught me off guard. I just try to make it as close as home as I can get it. It's kind of hard out here, but I make the best of what it is. Oh, this is my pink blanket. This is my favorite blanket. This is the only thing I really have for my real family, so I guess cherish what I can get.
The Wise Memorial Hospital is located 1 block from the Uptown Viaduct, and many of the residents of Tent City said they come here regularly to do things like wash up, brush their teeth, and iron their clothes.
22-year-old Tent City resident Dion Shanera said the response from the people living in Uptown is enough to make anyone feel like an annoyance.
Every single day, you have people walking past just, knocking over our stuff and staring at us like they look like, look at all those tents, ugh. And then, and then they just say smart remarks, and it's just ridiculous.
And although the residents of this community live together, Kashmir said it's still important to keep your guard up at all times.
Across the street, they fight a lot. Over here, down there, they fight a lot. And some smoke. They smoke things that I had never even seen, so I got into Vidoc. Like, since this whole year, I have seen people do type of drugs that I only seen on TV. And it's kind of scary to me, but it's like there's nowhere else to go. Like, you got to make the best of whatever you get.
According to the National Coalition for the Homeless, 2/3 of homeless people say drugs or alcohol played a role in them becoming homeless. J.R. Borowski is a former resident of Tent City and said it's why he helps out whenever he can.
7 years ago, I decided I never wanted to get high again, and I've been to prison 5 times. I've been to the best treatment centers in the country. Nothing seemed to work. By the grace of God, when I got out of prison, the Family Empowerment Center of Chicago on 1515 West Devon Avenue, I was sleeping in one of their boats, and they found me. And from there, my life has just been changed.
Borowski holds an event twice a year, 1 block from the Uptown Viaduct, to provide them with food, clothes, and just someone to talk to.
Christmas, I handed out 300 brand new jackets, over 500 pairs of brand new socks, a couple hundred shirts, and hygiene products like you would never believe.
Tony Duncan volunteers with Borowski at each event. He says the most important thing to remember is keeping a positive mind.
So I asked those people to look back before they were homeless. Look back when homeless was never even in their thoughts. So just as that reality changed for the worse, well, that worse reality can change for the better. You have to see past your situation.
Kashmir said she keeps her head up by doing just that. She says her situation has actually inspired a new dream and potentially a future career.
I want to open up my own for-profit business organization, actually, for the LGBT and the straight community, for people that feel like they don't have nothing, or runaways that have somebody to talk to and lean on. For somebody gets like a cool spot for you to kick it and take naps if you don't have nowhere to go.
We reached out to a number of city officials within the mayor's office and aldermen, but got no response. The city's 7-year action plan to decrease homelessness is expected to be fully implemented by 2020. With Good Day to Paul, I'm Kyle Woosley.